Hello, my name is Emma Jett. I am the Transfer Success Advisor in the College of Engineering and Information Technology at UMBC. And today we are going to walk through how to use ARTSYS, which is a great tool to refer to as you're looking to how your classes from the Maryland community colleges might transfer to the four-year institutions, including UMBC. So what I have pulled up here is the ARTSYS website. You can access this by going to artsys.usmd.edu. And what ARTSYS is the general articulation system for the Maryland colleges and universities. It houses the information of all the courses offered at the Maryland community colleges and shows what those course equivalencies will look like as you plan to transfer to a four-year school. So there's many different resources that are included in ARTSYS. The one that we're going to focus in on today is the course equivalency link. So you'll click that and I'll take you to this page, transfer from and transfer to. So let's say that I am currently a student at Howard Community College and I'm looking to transfer to UMBC. So I put in Howard Community College, I put in the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, and then I click submit. So there is a new version of ARTSYS and an old version of ARTSYS. This video is going to focus on the old version of ARTSYS. It's what our registrar's office is regularly updating. So that's what we currently recommend for the purposes of transfer planning. So you can just close out of this pop-up and it'll take you to this area where you can enter your course ID. So let's say that this semester at Howard Community College, I'm enrolled in Math 181. I type the course in, I hit go, and it takes me to this page with some information on it. So the first half of this page is information as it relates to Howard Community College courses. So I can see the course ID is Math 181. I can download the course syllabus if I choose so. I see that the class is titled Calc 1 and that it's 4 credits. It fulfills a mathematics general education requirement, and it's currently a course that's being actively offered at Howard Community. Down here on the second half of the page is how this course might transfer to UMBC. So you see this equivalency section here. So Math 181 at Howard Community College will come in as our Math 151, Calculus and Analytic Geometry 1. We can see that it's also a 4-credit class at UMBC, so it'll be a 4-to-4 transfer. And we see that it fulfills the mathematic GEP requirement for UMBC. Great. So I know that my calculus class that I'm enrolled in at Howard Community College will transfer over to UMBC to fulfill Calc 1 as well. But let's say I'm in other courses. I can perform another search. Again, you'll click out of this box and you can just keep typing in classes. So let's say I also want to look at Chem 101. Again, we have the information from Howard Community College. We see the course ID is Chem 101, General Inorganic Chemistry 1. It's 4-credit class, fulfills a science general education requirement. But when we get down to UMBC, we see this equivalency box is blank. No worries, okay? So if you look down at the bottom here in this link section, we have some additional notes that UMBC's registrar's office has put in. So if I'm only taking Chem 101 at Howard Community College, that'll transfer to UMBC as Chem 101 Principles of Chemistry 1 and a Chemistry Lab credit. However, we also have the note that if you take both Chem 101 and Chem 102 at Howard Community College, that'll bring over Chem 101, Chem 102, and Chem 102 Lab, which many of our majors in COEIT need. So that's some helpful information in terms of planning. You can see that through taking both of these classes, you can knock out these 3 core requirements for many of our majors. So I would always recommend paying attention to this link area down here. And then for a third search, let's look at Psych 101. Cool. So we have Psych 101 at Howard Community College, General Psychology. It's a 3-credit class. it's fulfilling a social behavior area. But then at UMBC's section, we see this to be determined. So this is something that you might see often. You can see that we're currently working with the evaluation that's effective of fall 2020. But up here, there is a drop down, and we can click the one above it, which in this case is fall 2010 to summer 2020. And then down here, we can see how this class has transferred over in the past. So I would keep in mind that, obviously equivalencies can be adjusted as course offerings are adjusted. But in this case, since this class was last evaluated in summer 2020, that wasn't too far long ago. So we can assume that ARTSYS just hasn't been updated for this course since fall 2020 semester. But we can see that Psych 101 at Howard Community College has come in as Psych 100. So we can be pretty assured in the fact that our Psych 101 would come in as Psych 100 for UMBC. And this is also where we can see the general education requirements for UMBC's general education program. So we can see that Psych 100 fulfills a social science GEP requirement. So as you're taking classes for your first 2 years of your degree plan of interest, if you see recommendations that you take some social science electives, some arts and humanities electives, putting your courses from your community college into ARTSYS and looking at this gen ed area to see if it's coming in as a social science or an arts and humanity or a culture class can be really helpful in determining what extra elective credits you should take at your community college to ensure the most direct transfer once you come over to UMBC. So one last thing to keep in mind with ARTSYS is it'll also let you know if courses are not transferable at all. So I know, for example, we have a lot of students that are interested in architecture. Unfortunately, UMBC does not have an architecture program. And that means since we don't offer those courses, transferring over architecture classes will not be an option. So if you look up any architecture courses in ARTSYS, you'll often see that they're listed as non-transferable. So those credits would not count towards the credit limits from a community college to a four-year state institution. So those are the basics of ARTSYS. It's a super helpful tool. I recognize, though, that it can take a little bit of getting used to. But no fret, you have several professional advisors at the University of Maryland, Baltimore County who can help walk you through your pre-transfer advising. So if you are interested in taking advantage of our pre-transfer advising, you'd like some additional assistance in figuring out how your current courses or your planned courses from your community colleges will transfer over to a degree at UMBC, we can definitely help you through that. If you're interested in advising for COEIT pre-transfer advising, you can email coeittransfer@umbc.edu and we can get you set up. Thank you.